Hello everybody, this is going to be kind of a quick live, and I seem to be doing more live than actually recorded videos nowadays, because I mean it just feels very convenient to go live, and I think it's been kind of fun to interact with some of you guys that show up in the comments and whatever, you know. But this video is just I'm just standing here reflecting now today about. I was supposed to do this video earlier, actually, like in August, but it's over 2 years now. I left Portugal to move to Sweden and start my master's degree. Okay, so I was actually supposed to start my master's degree in 2022, but I delayed it 1 year. So started it in late August or early September. I think it was actually late August 2023. And that was nothing but a great experience. I had a lot of challenges, obviously, after being working full time, more or less, working full time since my bachelor's here in Portugal, like between 2018 and 2023. It was a challenge to go back to school, you know, where I was not the youngest there, but I was also not the oldest. I had one gentleman in my program who was actually in his late 60s or even in his early 70s, which was a very nice gentleman and very impressive that he took on this kind of challenge as a retired person. I had a lot of challenges with, I think there was a lot of different challenges that I had, but socially it was a little bit of a challenge because I didn't live like near campus or in a student area. I lived in another town, maybe 15 minutes away or 10 minutes away by train. So I was very isolated, but it's funny because my goal of leaving Portugal in 2023 was not an easy decision. I mean, in terms of relationship and like I said, go back to school and studying again. But I wanted another challenge. I felt like I couldn't grow anymore in my old job. I saw no real prospects of growth within that company. You know, I just didn't believe in that corporate world. But yeah, I view it a little bit different now, but I will get to that. So it was difficult for me, like, to interpret text, reading books. I mean, I am a reader. I read books, but this was a different type of studying. You know, when you're reading actually student literature or literature about a research topic and whatever. And then also I learned about to present something or have a presentation in class is actually nerve-wracking. Some people just can speak their mind, speak their tongue or speak their mind very effortless, just easily. Everything just comes to them. And I learned that preparation, to be prepared for presentations, is everything for me. And when I started to really take that serious and practice, and actually the scary part about talking about something in front of other people is not the fact of speaking in front of other people in itself. It's the fact that you speak on some topic or on some subject that you are not familiar with. You know, you have maybe read 1 week on a topic, and then suddenly you're there standing and you're gonna talk on this. Some people, they digest material or information very, very fast. I think I am just a person that need to really get in depth and know a lot about it, and then to be able to speak on it in front of other people. Because it was a whole different thing if I compare my first presentations that I had in my master's program compared to the ones that I had when I presented or defended my thesis. Actually, that was like night and day. I had some terrible experiences in the beginning of my program, but then later on, like I said, in the towards the end and defending the thesis and presenting my thesis. That was fun actually. I enjoyed it. So I really enjoy presenting in a way. So yeah, I had a lot of challenges. I was very lonely also during my masters. I knew I was going to be lonely because one reason I decided to do it, I really wanted to go to a place where I would live in a small town. I've been living in Porto for, yeah, I think since the pandemic 2020. Actually, I moved from Lisbon to Porto in October 30th. I think it was on Halloween. Is that maybe October 31st, 2020? And I lived here until August 23. But I decided, I felt I need to go to a small town where I can kind of connect with myself again and study, write, make music. I did a lot of creative things, believe it or not, during my time when I lived there alone in South Sweden between 23 and 25. I wrote a book, I wrote a lot of articles, I painted a lot, I made music, I recorded a single, experimental project, a whole album. Obviously very amateur, but it was a fun experience. And also then I managed to have a part-time job and also finishing my degree on time. I was one of the very few that did that. But yeah, now back to the thing about I'm here, And I need to say this today because today is a beautiful autumn day here in Porto, as you can see. I just feel, as I'm walking through the park here, I exercised. I just went for a run, a very, very short run because I'm not my greatest today. I'm kind of tired. I went out to some art galleries last night. And I just realized that how much I love living here in Porto and in Portugal. I am blessed in many ways to be able to do that, despite not having a job right now. And it's a real challenge in terms of just finding jobs and work right now. It is what it is, But I am very motivated and I know that I will find something very soon, really soon. This place obviously has a lot of problems. There is things that I just find so annoying. Like yesterday I was going to a friend and I took the local bus connection here in Porto. And I just waited. Hello DTI lover, how you doing? Nice to see you. Or see you, nice that you're checking by. And the bus system, I waited, I think, maybe 35 minutes. And it was, Saturday, they don't go as frequently. And I was anyway just very annoyed by how slow it works here. There is also there's a lot of small things. I'm not gonna just rant on the things that bothers me, like beautiful day like this, when I'm here saying that how much I love living in Porto and how cozy it is here, especially this time. For me, this time of the year in Porto is it's a Swedish summer. That's what's so nice. You get an extended summer here. You get really an extended summer, and sure, it will rain a lot later, probably starting in December and then January, a lot of rain. But it is what it is, at least you don't have that kind of cold that you get from where I'm coming from, It's only me is it only me that is watching? I don't know, man, maybe it is. And that's all right. I do these videos because I just like to, reflect and sometimes clear my mind in a way. I do that. I really enjoy that. So I'm here in this park that I go to very often. I realize now also I really need to shave. I start to look really bad. All right. You're from Sweden as well. I am from Sweden, yes. That's really nice. Where in Sweden are you from, DTI lover? I don't know, maybe you can hear that on my accent. I guess we have a very particular accent, Swedish, as we're speaking in English. But yeah, now I just feel in terms of job situation, I am so open now to the degree that I am literally willing to go. Of course, I will not go anywhere, but for example, if I would have a real great opportunity in another country where I see it's like something that suits me and it's the right pay, I may have to take that. But I would prefer having a remote job so I can build my life here, because I have a social life here. My other half is here for a lot of reasons. Oh, I see Mölndal. I think it's near Gothenburg, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you know, so make that change, like, because go to Sweden, go back. I mean, I would have nothing against it. I obviously love where I come from. But here is a different way of life for sure. I mean, there's everything from, I would say that in Sweden, maybe in the Nordic countries, or maybe not even only Scandinavia, I think maybe even United States or England, you know, it's kind of very boxed, in lack of a better expression. All right, yes, it is. I was right then, yeah. I like geography. I check the maps a lot, so. Yeah, I have, in lack of a better expression, in lack of a better word, I feel as if culturally these countries are very much less spontaneous. Here it is, I guess also like in Latin America maybe, but especially Southern Europe I think is known for this. Spontaneous activities that you can meet up with someone in the middle of the week very spontaneously. It doesn't need to be like, oh, Saturday we are going here and it's on this hour, and that is just like a small micro example. Now, right now, DTI lover, I am in Portugal. And here they have that. Also in terms of the cost of living, yes, a lot of things is actually no difference between Sweden or anywhere else for that matter, you know, in terms of groceries or rent or buying a property. But I have to say that, and I think I've said it several times before, going out and just have a beer, going out, have a coffee and a little pastry, some snack, or even go out to a like a really normal basic restaurant. I mean, I go to a restaurant here close to where I live sometime, a local place, where you literally pay €4.50 for a totally decent meal. I like those things that you can, if you really like look close to your budget, you can live very affordable. It's very nice. I am not joking when I say this, but before, when I lived in Lisbon, I managed to have a budget and I was like 450 to 500 euros per month. That was kind of extreme because that was one of those months when I had like, I didn't go out anything, I didn't go out to drink anything, completely sober, completely checking all my spendings, like I didn't go out to eat restaurants. The only thing that I did do was to go to cafes and write and have a batanado, like an Americano coffee, which you can get for like anywhere, anything between maybe 90 cents to 150. Do you like Stranger Things? Yeah, I mean, honestly, I have not seen very much of it, but I kind of like the production, you know, how it's this, I don't know, 70s, 80s kind of vibe to it. Hey, Ocean, how are you doing? Nice for checking in here. I really am a geek when it comes to, let's say, horror movie. I mean, I am getting more, as I think as I'm getting older, I am more frightened. I get more easy to get scared from horror movies. But I am like a geek when it comes to low budget horror movies, or not, doesn't have to be low budget, but like these old 70s, 80s just series. And actually, right now I am watching Twin Peaks, which is a very nice series, and that suits this. Imagine this kind of climate actually. Like, look, this pine here behind me. This one. This is totally like a little bit Twin Peaks environment here. I know I'm a little bit ridiculous now, but you know, I think a lot about climates and how it is here. I thought about something in speaking of climate. I've been to San Francisco. I am in Porto, Portugal. Hey Gurkmannen, how are you doing? I will do a funny comparison, okay? So hang on with me here, bear with me. I've been to California before 2 times. I've been to San Francisco, Los Angeles, and San Diego. And it's funny, like Portugal is Western Europe. We have the Atlantic Ocean, obviously. And I feel like roughly, climately speaking, or speaking of the climate and comparing, San Francisco is kind of similar to Porto. Why do I say that? Yeah, because it has this kind of cold, humid weather. They have palm trees, but not very native to Porto and this northern Portugal. But it exists, and it's similar trees, similar temperatures. Like in terms of summer, it's nice and warm like now, but in the winter, a lot of rain, mist, or fog, and same with San Francisco. Take care, mate. And in Los Angeles, I compare that with Lisbon, because it has that more southern heat. Palms is way more common. And then Algarve, which I've never been to, by the way, but that is more like San Diego, where it's always warm, more or less. Japp, ha det bra. Vi hörs. Or you're welcome to check by another time. So that's funny that so many Swedish checking into my channel for some reason. I never had Swedish coming into this channel. I mean, I have had before, but I never made videos in Swedish. I made videos from Sweden, yes, but it's interesting. And it's nice, of course, my people. But yeah, I find these comparisons with California a little bit funny, actually. I need to keep track on time. I need to get going here, I notice. I need to go to my girlfriend's office. She's finishing soon. But yeah, we can keep going a little bit more. Yeah, so right now I'm at this park where I go very often. And yeah, I really feel that today. I love living here in Portugal. It's safe. Yeah, speaking... Hey Petra. You're in Sweden. Yeah, it's one of those days, you know, even now more so, you know, in October it's going to get a little bit more chilly here, but still going to be beautiful days, and you can maybe dress a little bit like a warm hoodie, and you can go and have a very cheap but tasty soup. They normally serve food. If you go to a restaurant, you can have like a full meal with the main dish, of course, but as a pre-serving you can have like they serve you a soup, a different type of soup. Sometimes a vegetable soup, sometimes it's called spinach, I think, with a little sausage in, or a chicken soup, and then the main dish, and then you get a little dessert as well with a coffee. So that's nice now when it's getting. I like really enjoy Porto. It's, like I said, very, very safe and very cozy. And these houses I really like. They are huge, but it would be nice to have a house like that, but it's it's too big for me. It's not necessary. Yeah, so today's Sunday is a great Sunday, and I'm looking forward to a new week with a lot of productivity. It's going to be a very productive week. I have actually a lot of interesting things coming up, so I will see how it goes. But in terms of searching or applying for jobs, I don't put a lot of expectations on really scoring a job. I have hopes for sure, but I don't think it's good to keep like expecting that one particular situation or a particular opportunity will definitely lead to an actual job. I'm just saying that I'm hopeful for them. Hello there, welcome, welcome into this little room. I mean, I think this is very bad actually. I have to show you that people do this and write this stuff on the bus. This is not very old. This one is maybe a year or 2 or 3 years old. That they all changed the bus stops that you can lean yourself against and wait for the bus. But that's one thing that I don't like here. Is too much bad writings all over, graffiti stuff. I think that the municipality should seriously do something about this. Do you var? I'm sorry, Petra, I'm not sure what you're saying there. Yeah, if I watch. Hey, Cataldo. Where are you from, Cataldo? I'm trying to figure out your name. Is it Italian, perhaps? Yeah, but Petra, no, I'm actually not. I'm not watching that Eurovision. It's not for me. It's. I have a complete different taste when it comes to popular culture and music in general. Those trendy song. I feel. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say. I have to say it, but I think it's becoming so politicized and it's becoming very. How should I put it? I will not say that every song sounds the same, but it's almost. It has to be. I think Eurovision was really nice, like in the 70s, 80s. There was real music in my ears, real instruments. Now it's just a lot of sounds, artificial sounds, and I think it's too much of a event and too much lights. But yeah, I understand people that, and it's a fun activity. I understand that, but I don't usually do mainstream things. I like vintage. I really appreciate vintage and solo artists or bands, for sure bands. I mean, of course. Yeah, I'm truly blessed in a lot of ways. We have to remain hopeful because I want to speak on something that is a little bit heavy. So bear with me. I am not sure where we are going, society and culturally, and the world as a whole. It's really, really dark times right now. I think what the world lacks now is really empathy towards one another. That's the way I view it, but I could go so much in depth about that. I'm not gonna keep this much longer. I realize I will need to to speed up a little bit here. But yeah, I actually, the purpose of this video was to speak about that, like my experience moving away from Portugal to do my masters and doing all of my other projects, completing that in June, and now moving back to Portugal. So that is amazing that I've been able to do. Hello, Diamond. How are you doing there? Excuse the noise now here. Yeah, that was what I wanted to talk about. Like, I'm really, I have a lot of work. I feel like sometimes my life has actually not yet started. It's really about to start now, like the real hard work, because this world is getting more difficult, and you will have to find solutions to your own situation now, because just the simple fact, like it used to be, that you are good attitude, showing up on time and doing a good work, those jobs are not, they're gone, you know. And I am absolutely certain that, I mean, I know by fact that there is thousands and thousands of jobs right now going away. And you know why? Going away due to artificial intelligence. That's what it is. But I'll leave it with that. Thanks for checking by. See you next time.